Hi, and welcome to the Parkland Challenge 2023. I'm your host, Mike Coulter. We got 16 new teams for this year. You may remember last year, Villa Grove won that tournament last year, but we don't know who's going to win this year. So let's meet the teams for the first game of this year.
Jaron Fleming, senior.
Ashton Morris, senior.
Brody Blue, junior.
BR Ziri, junior.
Ramona Leggett, junior.
Noah Carpenter, sophomore. Jess Anders, sophomore.
Sam Hewardine, sophomore. Elizabeth Megson, sophomore.
Isaiah Gertis, junior.
Okay, here's our first question. What is the name of a man's headdress consisting of a length of linen wound around the head? Brody. Turban is correct. Good job. What NFL player is infamous for the butt fumble? Ashton.
Mark Sanchez.
Mark Sanchez is correct. What historical figure supposedly used a bow and arrow to shoot an apple from the top? PBL, Isaiah.
William Tell.
William Tell, yes, an apple from the top of the sun's head. Of the 6 men who made up the Three Stooges over the years, how many of them were real brothers? Ashton.
3.
That is correct. There are 3. Three Stooges. What name was given to the hurricane which devastated the Philippines in November of 2013? Brody.
Ida.
No, not Ida. You can confer?
Anything?
Hurricane Smith.
Smith.
No, Hayon. Name one of the last 3 actors to play the Incredible Hulk in a major Ashton.
Edward Norton.
Edward Norton is one. The other 2 were Eric Bana and Mark Ruffalo. What is the smallest of the New York City's 5 boroughs with a total area of 22.6 miles? Elizabeth.
Staten Island.
Not Staten Island. You can confer?
Brooklyn.
Not Brooklyn. It's Manhattan. What is this contagious disease that affects the skin, mucous membranes, and nerves, causing discoloration and lumps on the skin? Jets.
Smallpox.
Not smallpox. I finished for you. Lumps on the skin, and in severe cases, disfigurement and deformities.
Shingles.
Not shingles. Leprosy. Leprosy. What is the name of the U.S. research and development project to create nuclear weapons in World War II? Jazz.
The Manhattan Project.
Yes, the Manhattan Project. Who became the leader of Cuba in 2006? Brody.
Fidel Castro.
No, I'll finish for you guys. Who became the leader of Cuba in 2006 after Fidel Castro fell ill?
I don't know.
Like a sibling or something. Cuban leaders.
Need an answer?
John Castro.
No, Raul Castro, his brother.
That was right.
What instrument did Buddy Rich, Max Roach, Gene Krupa, and Art Blakely play? Booyah.
Drums.
Drums is correct. Yes, good job. The 2015-2016 Golden State Warriors won 73 games to break the Chicago Bulls record. Ashton.
1996.
No, I will finish the question for you. To break the Bulls record for single wins in a regular season. What player from that Bulls team coached the Warriors to that record?
Sam? Ready idea.
Should wait.
Sam. Say a name. Scottie Pippen.
No, it was Steve Kerr. Okay. In 1860, what lithographer devised the checkered game of life for people to play? His name is practically synonymous with board games. Jess.
Hasbro.
Not Hasbro. Guess.
We got nothing.
You're going to kick yourself out. Milton Bradley. Milton Bradley. What volcano destroyed Pompeii? Brody.
Mount Vesuvius.
Vesuvius is correct. Good job. Who wrote the opera Madame Butterfly? Brody.
Rossini.
Not Rossini. You can confirm?
I think it's Verdi. Verdi.
Puccini in 1896. What movie ends by introducing the litter of 5 donkeys? Ashton.
Shrek.
Not Shrek.
Charlotte's Web.
Charlotte's Web.
No, you were on the right path. It was Shrek 2. You all laughed, and it was pretty close. McKinley High cheerleading coach is played by Jane Lynch on what series? Ashton.
Glee.
Glee is correct. In baseball, how wide is home plate? Sam.
10 inches?
Not 10 inches, no.
2 feet.
No, not 2 feet. 17 inches. Don't make me do math like that.
My bad.
Yeah, that's fine. Hey, Boo Boo, let's go get us a picnic basket is a famous line often said by what? Sam.
Yogi Bear.
Yogi Bear, yes, famous cartoon character. Okay, it's time for this round's video question, which goes to Paxton, Buckley, Loda.
What 1982 Toto song experienced a resurgence in popularity in 2018 when Weezer covered the song?
Isn't it Africa? Africa?
Okay.
The song was Africa, and Toto returned the favor by covering Weezer's song Hash Pipe.
Okay, great job on the video question. Got him back in the game. Back to the regular part of the game. Whose name literally means unseen one? The answer is Hades. Hades. What do the M stand for in M&M's candies? Brody.
Many.
No. You can confer if you like.
Munch?
Milk and Bunch.
Sure. Munch.
No. That was the name of the founders, Forrest Mars and Bruce Murray, the candy makers. So M&M's.
That had a meaning.
What is the capital of Maine? Sam.
Augusta.
Augusta is correct. Good job. What painter created the famous anti-drug mural, Crack is Whack? Booyah.
Banksy?
Not Banksy. You can confer.
No, Andy Warhol. Sure. Andy Warhol.
No, close. Keith Haring. Keith Haring. What fast food restaurant did Ray Kroc found? Ashton.
McDonald's.
McDonald's is correct. What is an uncooked sauce made of fresh basil, olive oil, Parmesan? Brody.
Pesto?
Pesto is correct. And pine nuts and cheese. How many places in the world have the name Havana? Brody.
3.
Not 3. You can confer?
2.
2.
2.
No, it's 13. 11 in the U.S., 1 in Turkey, and of course, 1 in Cuba. In music, the space between one musical pitch and another with double its frequency is called what? Jazz.
Octave.
Octave is correct. What Wyoming National Park is known for its geysers? Ashton.
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone, particularly Old Faithful. In 1867, the United States purchased Alaska from what country? Booyah.
Russia?
Russia is correct. From which country does Buddhism originate? Brody.
India.
India is correct. Where is the Swimming Hall of Fame located? Not one of the bigger ones, still. Ashton.
New York City.
Not New York City, no, you can confer.
Atlanta.
Havana, Georgia.
Atlanta, I think.
Sure. Atlanta.
No, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I don't know why you would know that. What is the name of the symbol used in place of the word and? Elizabeth.
Ampersand.
Ampersand is correct. How many bones are there in a human hand? Elizabeth.
103.
Not 103. You can confer.
52.
27.
There's like 206 on the body.
What planet is named for the mythological father of Zeus? Brody.
Saturn.
Saturn is correct. Born a Crime is the autobiography of this late-night TV host. Ashton.
Jay Leno.
Not Jay Leno, no.
Fallon.
Yeah, sure. Fallon.
No, Trevor Noah.
Yeah,
Trevor Noah. He was South African. What Hollywood duo's breakup prompted Newsweek to forecast Days of Thunder? That was Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, because that was a movie they were in. What is Hassenpfeffer? Brody.
A sausage.
Not a sausage. No, you prefer?
Seasoning that you put on your sausages.
Seasoning.
No, it's from Bugs Bunny, the rabbit stew. That's what it is. That's what Oliver Fudd was always going to make. What is the deepest lake in the United States? Brody.
Lake Erie.
Not Lake Erie.
I think it's Michigan.
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 No, Crater Lake. Crater Lake.
Oh, it's probably because it's a crater.
If the color of yin is white, what is the color of Ashton?
Black.
Black, yes. What is the color of yang? What is the meaning of etchology? ESCH etology. Brody.
The study of writing.
No.
The study of etch-a-sketches. Like the study of drawing.
Study of drawing. Study of drawing.
No. It's final matters such as death, resurrection, immortality, and judgment.
We're not
The
close.
doctrine of the vertebrae encase what? Brody.
The spinal cord.
The spinal cord is correct, yes. What REM ditty arrived with the warning, "That's great, it starts with an earthquake"?
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay. Ashton,
The end of the world
be more specific.
as we know it.
Yes. Okay, after the end of the first round, PBL 80, Oakwood 160. But they have some time to make it up. We'll be back with our lightning round right after this.
Express yourself. Work with your hands. Care for others. At Parkland College, you'll be amazed at the new skills you'll learn, the goals you'll reach, and the difference you'll make in the world. Discover your very best self at Parkland College. Enroll now for classes at parkland.edu.
Okay, let's get with our lightning round. What Margate City, New Jersey housing area has been misspelled on the Monopoly board for almost 80 years? That is Marvin Gardens. It's actually MRVEN is how it's properly spelled. Victoria Falls, a World Heritage Site, is shared by which two countries? It is Zambia and Zimbabwe. Where is the Sea of Tranquility? Jazz.
The moon.
Yes, the moon is correct. What kind of animal was Stuart Little? Ashton.
Rat.
No, not a rat. It was a mouse. What occurrence happens in the seventh inning stretch during a Milwaukee Brewers baseball game? They have a sausage race. What island was Napoleon Bonaparte exiled to after his removal as Emperor of France? The island was Elba. Starring Leah Thompson and Tim Robbins, what was the first movie to be adapted from a Marvel comic book series? Brody.
The Incredible Hulk.
Not the Incredible Hulk. It was actually Howard the Duck. and it did not do well, and they didn't make one for quite a while after that. What substance do your ceremonous glands produce? Ashton.
Sweat.
Not sweat, earwax. Earwax. How many U.S. state capitals are named after U.S. presidents? It's 4: Lincoln, Madison, Jackson, and Jefferson City. Burkina Faso is a landlocked country located on which continent? Booyard.
Africa.
Africa is correct. Burkina Faso. What popular course game did Garnet Carter introduce in 1927? Popular course game. Ashton.
Disc golf.
Not disc golf, very close. Miniature golf. Miniature golf. What is the minimum number of dogs required to be on a sled at the beginning of the Iditarod? They may start with 12 to 16 dogs. Who is the only U.S. Supreme Court justice to be impeached? Samuel Chase. Who was the only Catholic president?
JFK.
Yes, John F. Kennedy. Okay, PBL made up a few points during the lightning round. We'll be back with our final round right after this.
Express yourself. Work with your hands. Care for others. At Parkland College, you'll be amazed at the new skills you'll learn, the goals you'll reach, and the difference you'll make in the world. Discover your very best self at Parkland College. Enroll now for classes at parkland.edu.
Okay, going into our final round, it's PBL 90, Oakwood 140. Let's get started. This 1966 group, led by Diana Ross, became the first all-female music group to attain a #1 selling album. Elizabeth.
Spice Girls.
Not the Spice Girls.
Temptations.
You can infer?
The Temptations.
No, the Supremes. Diana Ross and the Supremes. Sparked by Black Tuesday, October 29th, 1929. Elizabeth.
The Great Depression.
The Great Depression, yes. 10 years of monetary contraction.
The Big South.
What is the inscription on the tomb of the unknown soldier? Here rest in honor, glory, an American soldier known but to God. What singer was responsible for Livin' La Vida Loca in 1999? Ashton.
Ricky Martin.
Ricky Martin is correct. And what year was the Lincoln Memorial dedicated in Washington, D.C.? Brody.
1900.
1900, you can confirm?
I want to say it's in the 1800s, but...
Is it the 1800s? Like 1894?
Sure. 1894.
No, 1922.
Oh, wrong direction.
What is both the name of a rock band and the term for UFOs seen by World War II pilots in Europe and the Pacific? Ashton.
Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters is correct. Good job. What is a person with anachrophobia afraid of? Elizabeth.
Spiders.
Spiders is correct. What element is known by the abbreviation PB? Jazz.
Lead.
Lead is correct. How many eyes do most spiders have? Ashton.
9.
Not 9.
8.
8 is correct, yes. What is the world's largest rodent? Ashton.
Capybara.
Yes, correct. What is the name of the nuclear test conducted at Alamogordo, New Mexico on July 16th, 1945? What was the name of the nuclear test? It was called Trinity. Trinity. All interstate highways that run coast to coast end in what number? Jess.
5.
Not 5. You can go first.
0.
0 is correct. What element combines with silver to form tarnish? Jess.
Oxygen.
Not oxygen. You can go first.
Gold.
Sulfur. What planet has the greatest number of known satellites? Brody.
Jupiter.
Jupiter is correct. What Indian chief orchestrated the defeat of Custer at the Battle of the Little Bighorn? Ashton.
Sitting Bull.
Sitting Bull is correct. Who did Michael Jackson marry on May 26, 1994? She recently died. Ashton.
Presley.
Yes, Lisa Marie Presley. What's the galaxy closest to the Milky Way? Ashton.
Andromeda.
Andromeda is correct. What is the hardest of all minerals? Elizabeth.
Diamond.
Diamond is correct. Good job. Who was Scrooge's dead partner in Dickens' Ashton?
Milton.
Not Milton, you can confirm. Who was Scrooge's dead partner in Dickens' A Christmas Carol?
Jacob Marley.
Jacob Marley is correct. Great. What present-day state's city of Deadwood was the site of Wild Bill Hickok's death at the hands of Jack McCall in 1876? Ashton.
California.
Not California.
I don't know. Mexico.
Illinois.
Mexico.
New Mexico.
No, Deadwood, South Dakota. South Dakota. What founding father wrote the Declaration of Independence? Ashton.
Jefferson.
Jefferson is correct. What happens to Violet Beauregard during her tour of Willy Wonka's chocolate factory? Jess.
She turned into a giant blueberry.
Yes, she becomes a giant blueberry. And she had that coming. What director worked with Tippi Hedren, Grace Kelly, Cary Grant, Jimmy Stewart, and always appeared at least once in his own movies? Sam.
Hitchcock?
Hitchcock is correct, yes. According to a Faulkner title, what kind of flower is for Emily? Brody.
Rose.
A rose for Emily, yes. Who turned 27,000 acres of Florida swampland into one of the largest, Jess?
Disney.
Yes, Walt Disney. Entertainment complexes in the world. According to the Bible, what is the root of all evil? Ashton.
Sin.
Not sin, you can confirm.
The devil.
Temptation.
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 No, it's people think it's money is the root of all evil, but that's not correct. It's the love of money is the root of all evil. Regardless, it's time for this round's video question, which goes to Oakwood.
A 30-kilometer wide zone of alienation around the ghost town of Pripyat was created after this April 1986 disaster.
Chernobyl.
The nuclear accident at Chernobyl is called the world's worst ever civil nuclear incident. It is one of only 2 nuclear energy accidents rated at 7, the maximum security on the International Nuclear Event Scale. The other being the 2011 Fukushima nuclear disaster in Japan.
Okay, good job on the video question. What does a person with hydrophobia fear? Actually,
Water.
water is correct, yes. Who is the ancient Greek god of dreams? Brody.
Hypnos.
Hypnos is incorrect. You can confirm.
Hera. I don't know. That seems like something she'd do.
Any answer?
Hera.
Morpheus. Morpheus.
Ah, the strict dude.
If you're reading a newspaper with a distinctive title, Times Picayune, what is it? What town is that paper from? Times Picayune. New Orleans. New Orleans. What actor has played Hansel, Dignan, and Dupree? He was also in the Royal Tenenbaums. Ashley.
Wilson.
Yes, Owen Wilson. Walking the dog, tic-tac, and the tie-op are terms used in which, Jazz?
Yo-yo?
Not yo-yo. You refer in which activity? Walking the dog, tic-tac, and tie-op.
Skateboarding.
Skateboarding is correct. Way to work through it there. What number is at the top of a dartboard? Sam.
20.
20 is correct. Good job. In Concord, Massachusetts, you can see a replica of what Henry David Thoreau's house on which famous pond? Ashley.
Waldo.
Not Waldo. You can give her.
Walden. Yeah, but that's the actual name of the book.
Okay. I think so.
No, it's it.
Need an answer?
Walden.
Walden is right. It was very close. Made me laugh.
Where's Waldo?
What is the capacity of a 10-gallon hat? What is the actual capacity of a 10-gallon hat? Ashley.
8 gallons.
No, not 8 gallons.
9 gallons.
9 gallons. Trick question.
What is the actual capacity of a 10-gallon hat?
It's a trick question.
Sure.
9.5 gallons.
No, it's actually less than a gallon. It's not that big of a hat.
This is ridiculous.
Who founded the Girl Scouts? Originally called the Girl Guides in 1912. That was Juliette Gordon Lowe. Why is the song Video Killed the Radio Star important in the realm of jazz?
It was the first song to show on MTV.
Yes, in the realm of television. In the first video they played. Good job. Which military base in North Kentucky holds the U.S. gold reserves? Elizabeth.
Fort Knox.
Fort Knox is correct. According to the old saying, how many stitches in time does a stitch save? Brody.
10.
Not 10, no, you can confer.
5.
How many stitches in time does one stitch save?
We've reached a consensus. 5.
No, a stitch in time saves 9. Yeah, 9 stitches.
1 off.
What U.S. gymnast won the 1984 Women's All-Around Olympic gold by a scant 0.05 of a point? It was Mary Lou Retton. Mary Lou Retton. What is referred to as a laundry bag in the Air Force?
Parachute.
A parachute is correct. Yes. And you hope it's not a laundry bag. I guess what would you know about? The Great Red Spot is a gigantic storm.
Jupiter.
Chaz.
Jupiter.
Yes. Okay, that's the end of our game. We'll tally up our score and tell you who's moving on to the next round right after this.
Express yourself. Work with your hands. Care for others. Discover your very best self at Parkland College. Enroll now for classes at parkland.edu.
Okay, that's the end of our first game, PBL 230, Oakwood 290. So that means Oakwood will go on and face the winner of our next game coming up, which is St. Joe and Cissna Park. So stick around for that. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to the Parkland Challenge 2023. It's round one. The first game was won by Oakwood, and the winner of this game will play them in the round one final. So let's meet the teams.
Jack Seyerdahl, senior.
Joe Schmitz, senior. Paige Sigmund, senior.
Brady Hausman, Jr.
Daniel Santiago, Jr.
Noah Phelan, senior. Joel Yergler, junior.
Haley Young, junior.
Trash Med, freshman. Jonas Eaton, freshman.
Okay, let's get ready to start the game. The reaction where two atoms of hydrogen combine to form an atom of helium is called what? Trent.
Fusion.
Fusion is correct. Good job. Who killed Macbeth in Shakespeare's play? Page.
Macduff.
Macduff is correct. Good job. What bird has a third eyelid to help protect its... Noah.
Chicken.
Not a chicken. I'll finish for you. What bird has a third eyelid to help protect these headbangers from tearing their retinas?
Woodpecker. Woodpeckers.
Woodpecker is correct. Yes. What Great Lakes state has more shoreline than the... Noah.
Michigan.
Michigan, yes, in the entire U.S. Atlantic coast. In Peter Pan, what sort of animal was Nana? Paige.
Dog.
A dog is correct. Which light has the shortest wavelength? Blue, yellow, or red? Paige.
Red.
No, you can confirm?
Blue.
Blue is correct, yes. In what year did Abraham Lincoln die? Joel.
1865.
1865 is correct. In nautical terms, what does stern mean? No.
Front part of the ship.
No. You can confirm?
Sure. Back of the ship.
Yes, it's more correct. Behind, yes. So. The U.S. military installation Area 51 is located in which state? Brody.
Nevada.
Nevada is correct. What U.S. state is named for an island in the United Kingdom? Paige.
New Hampshire.
Not New Hampshire. You can confirm?
New Jersey.
New Jersey is correct. Good job. Modern Maturity is a magazine of what huge organization for people over 50? Paige.
AARP.
Yes, AARP. What was the name of the gang of outlaws in which Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid were members? They were known as the Hole in the Wall Gang. Name the oath taken by new doctors. Joel.
The Hippocratic Oath.
Yes. What is the medical name for the big toe? It is the hallux. Who is William Shakespeare's wife? Noah.
Anne Hathaway.
Anne Hathaway is correct. What magazine eventually led to movies like Animal House and Vacation? Joel.
National Lampoon.
Yes, National Lampoon. Which planet has moons called Himalaya and Anarchy? Himalaya and Anarchy. Noah.
Saturn.
Not Saturn.
Jupiter. Jupiter.
Jupiter is correct. Even with my intense mispronunciation, you got it correct. Which creature appears on the flag of Wales? Paige.
Dragon.
Be more specific.
Welsh dragon.
No. Prefer
Two-headed dragon.
red dragon. So we'll see about that. Which company still sells 15 million? Which company still sells 15 million descendants of its original 1940s ballpoint pen every day? Paige.
Bic.
Bic is correct. What network has, for several decades, used a peacock as its logo? Paige.
NBC.
NBC is correct. Originally a Viking fishing village, Copenhagen became the capital city of what country? Paige.
Denmark.
Denmark is correct. Michael Phelps won 8 gold medals in the 2008 Olympic Games in Beijing, breaking this swimmer's 7 gold medal record from 1972. Who was that swimmer? That swimmer was Mark Spitz. Mark Spitz. What power ballad played during the last moments of the series finale of The Sopranos? Paige.
We Are the Champions.
Not We Are the Champions. You can confirm?
No answer.
It was Don't Stop Believing by Journey. Which colors are on the flag of Ireland? No.
White, orange, and green.
Yes, that's correct. This M word is a Protestant sect that believes in adult baptism but does not believe in military service or serving in public office? Joel.
Moravians?
What'd you say?
Moravians?
No. You can confirm?
Mennonites?
Mennonite is correct, yes. Okay, it's time for this round's video question, which goes to Cissna Park.
What video game came with the Nintendo Entertainment System when it was released in the late 1980s? It was meant to be played with the NES Zapper Gun, and it shared a cartridge with Super Mario Brothers.
It had like a zapper gun. What? A zapper gun. Name a game with this gun. Nintendo Game Boy.
The game was Duck Hunt, and it was released in October of 1985. The goal of the game was to use the zapper to shoot the ducks on the screen.
And I was a bit remiss in not telling you all our video questions today are about the 1980s, so that's why that is that. Let's carry on. What is the opposite of an explosion? No.
Implosion?
Implosion is correct. What floor covering is made primarily from linseed oil, resin, and page?
Linoleum.
Linoleum, yes, and wood or cork powder. The use of chopsticks originated in what country? Jack.
China.
China is correct. What term is generally defined as the SI derived unit of electrical potential difference? Page.
Volts.
Volt is correct. What space shuttle replaced Challenger? Page.
Gemini.
Not Gemini. You can confirm?
Explorer?
No, Endeavor. What famous American writer's gravestone epitaph is the last line from one of his novels? So we beat on boats against the current, borne back ceaselessly into the past. Joe.
Melville.
Not Melville. No, you can confirm?
Hemingway?
No, it's F. Scott Fitzgerald from The Great Gatsby. What was the purpose of the 23rd Amendment to the Constitution? Joe.
Voting rights for DC.
Yes. What word is this? The assignment of degrees of urgency to wounds or illnesses to decide the order of treatment. Page.
Degree.
Not degree. To describe the order of treatment of large number of patients or cases.
Triage?
Triage is correct, yes. Yeah. What American city was the first to establish a police department? Brody.
New York.
Not New York.
Boston.
Boston is correct, yes. Ernest Hemingway's For Whom the Bell Tolls is based on his experiences during which war? Jack.
World War One.
Not World War I.
Spanish-American War?
Pretty close. Spanish Civil War. Spanish Civil War. So close. Natural rubber usually comes from what source? Page.
Trees. Tree sap.
Yeah, trees. In 1954, who was the first man to break the 4-minute mile? No.
Ross?
Not Ross. You can confirm?
Usain Bolt.
No. Roger Bannister. Roger Bannister. In what state would you find the longest cave system in the world? No.
Kentucky?
Kentucky is correct. Yeah. Dry ice is what gas? No.
Carbon dioxide?
Yes, in solid states. What galaxy is nearest the Milky Way? No.
Andromeda?
Andromeda is correct. The Chihuahua is a breed of dog believed to be originated in what country? No.
Mexico?
Mexico is correct. What two-word term is defined as the lowest possible temperature? Jack.
Absolute zero.
Absolute zero is correct. For which president was the teddy bear named after? Paige.
Theodore Roosevelt.
Yes, Theodore Roosevelt. Okay, that's it of our first game. We've got a pretty good one. We'll tally up our scores and be back with the lightning round when we come back.
Express yourself. Work with your hands. Care for others. At Parkland College, you'll be amazed at the new skills you'll learn, the goals you'll reach, and the difference you'll make in the world. Discover your very best self at Parkland College. Enroll now for classes at parkland.edu.
Okay, at the end of round one, St. Joe 180, Cissna Park 160. Let's see if they can catch up in the lightning round. How many whiskers does a cat have? 24. Which comes first in the order of operations? Multiplication or division? No.
Multiplication.
Multiplication is correct. In the 1940 animated short, A Wild Hare, we were introduced to the character of Bugs Bunny. What was the first line the rabbit ever said to Elmer Fudd? Brody.
What's up, Doc?
What's up, Doc? Is correct. Yes. What do these names have in common? Scott, McClellan, Halleck, and Grant. No.
They were all generals.
Be more specific.
U.S. generals. Civil War generals.
Yes. We're looking for Civil War generals. Good job. On the hit show Seinfeld, what was Kramer's first name? No.
Cosmo.
Cosmo is correct. Lieutenant Pinkerton, Prince Yamadori, and Goro appear in which opera? Joe.
Phantom of the Opera.
Not Phantom of the Opera, Madame Butterfly. That's what we're looking. There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold is the opening line to what song? Jack.
Stairway to Heaven.
Stairway to Heaven is correct. Which city's shores are mentioned in the Marine hymn? I'm sorry, Joel.
Tripoli.
Yes, Tripoli, the shores of Tripoli. Through which ocean does the International Dateline run? No.
Pacific.
Pacific Ocean is correct. To what plant family do the radish and turnip belong? They are the mustard family. What metal has the highest melting point? Trent.
Tungsten.
Tungsten is correct. Good job. What's the name of the saber-toothed squirrel voiced by the director, Paige?
Scrat.
Scrat in Ice Age. What is another name for the right to silence warning given by police in the United States? Joe.
Miranda rights.
Yes, Miranda warning. People in police custody. What president was assassinated by Charles Julius Gautier? Paige.
Garfield.
Yes, James Garfield. What is the longest word in the English language without a vowel? Paige.
Rhythms.
Yes, rhythm is correct. What famous scientist was the first to figure out how to gauge the tidal effects of the moon and sun and how to calculate the exact path? Brody.
Kepler.
No, it was Sir Isaac Newton. Okay, pretty good lightning round. We'll be back with our final round right after this.
Express yourself. Work with your hands. Care for others. At Parkland College, you'll be amazed at the new skills you'll learn, the goals you'll reach, and the difference you'll make in the world. Discover your very best self at Parkland College. Enroll now for classes at parkland.edu.
Okay, going into our final round, we got a great game. St. Joe 230, Cissna Park 220. Let's get with it. In Greek mythology, who is the goddess of the rainbow? Paige.
Iris.
Iris is correct. What's a tropical cyclone called when the winds reach 74 miles per hour? Jack.
Typhoon.
Not typhoon. You can defer.
Hurricane.
Hurricane. That's correct. Yes. Who is pictured on the $10,000 bill? Paige.
Cleveland.
Not Cleveland. You can defer.
Jefferson.
Not Jefferson. Salmon P. Chase, Secretary of the Treasury in the 1860s. What is the next prime number after 37? No.
41.
41. That's correct. Who serves as a narrator for all but 4 of the Sherlock Holmes mysteries? Paige.
Watson.
Watson, yes, Dr. Watson. In the explosive chemical, what do the letters T and T stand for? They stand for trinitrotoluene. How many tentacles does a squid have? No.
8.
Not 8.
7. 7.
10.
What? It's a big
Blue, bottlenose, and bowhead are types of which animal? Jack.
Dolphins.
Not dolphins. You can infer it?
Whale.
Whale is correct.
Bigger class. Yeah.
What Arizona city was so named because it rose from the ruins of a Native American town? Trent.
Phoenix.
Phoenix is correct, yes. Who is the Roman god of the sea? Daniel.
Poseidon.
Not Poseidon, no. Confirmed?
Neptune.
Neptune is correct, yes. What is the reproductive organ of a flower called? Noah.
Pistol.
Pistol is correct. What Green Hills of Africa author hit a critic in the face with a book cover over his disparaging remarks made in an essay? Joe.
Ian Forster.
No. You can confirm?
Williams.
It was Hemingway. In the first box of Crayola crayons introduced in 1903, how many colors were there? No.
12.
Not 12, no.
8. 8.
8, yes. There were only 8 colors at the time, so it was fun. But popular sport was invented by James Naismith. No.
Basketball.
Basketball, yes. It was made to fill the seasonal gap between football and baseball. Mr. Spock was second in command on the Starship Enterprise. What was his blood type? No.
Vulcan.
Pardon?
Vulcan.
No. You can convert.
You seem like a typo. Type O.
That was T negative. What are the Roman numerals for 400? Joe.
LD.
Not LD. You can convert.
What? CD.
CD is correct. Yeah. Good job. What was Bram Stoker's full name? It was Abraham. How many muscles does someone use when they frown? Joe.
17.
Not 17. You can convert.
15.
43. 43. What popular board game features chance and community chess? No.
Monopoly.
Monopoly is correct. What political figure did Fidel Castro overthrow to assume power of Cuba? Jack.
Guevara.
Not Guevara. Guevara?
No, I said.
Batista. How many feet are in 1 fathom? Paige.
5,280.
No. You confirm?
6.
6 is correct, yes. Who lived from 406 AD to 453 AD and was called the Scourge of God by the Romans? Trip.
Attila the Hun.
Attila the Hun is correct. What is your mandible? Joe.
Jawbone.
Jawbone is correct. What is a common Swahili word for lion? Paige.
Simba.
Simba is correct. Ascorbic acid is commonly known as what vitamin? Paige.
C.
Yes, vitamin C. All right, it's time for this round's video question, which goes to St. Joe.
What Hall of Fame Bears running back of the 1980s was once the number one rusher in NFL history and had the nickname of Sweetness?
Bo Jackson.
The player was Walter Payton, and he finished his career with 16,726 rushing yards, which is now number 2 all-time behind Emmitt Smith, who broke the record in 2002.
What is Captain America's real name? No.
Steve Rogers.
Steve Rogers is correct. Norfolk Southern and Union Pacific are types of what? Trick.
Railroad.
Yes, rails.
Trick.
What are these? Black Snake, Judas Belt, Catherine Wheel, Roman Candle, Paige.
Types of firework.
Yes, types of fireworks. Good job. What is the name of the plane Wilbur Wright flew for the first flight? Paige.
Kitty Hawk.
Not Kitty Hawk. Kitty Hawk. It was called Flyer. Very creative. What is the name of the narrator of The Great Gatsby? Joe.
Nick Carraway.
Nick Carraway is correct. What TV show host name is Harpo spelled backwards? Joe.
Oprah.
Oprah, yes. It's the name of the production. What is the scientific study of the human race? Paige.
Anthropology.
Anthropology is correct. Who wrote the novels which introduce the characters Hercule Poirot and Miss Marple? Joe.
Agatha Christie.
Agatha Christie is correct. According to the IMDb, James Earl Jones has 188 credits to his career. But for what film did Jones initially refuse to allow his name to be used in the credits? Because he was so convinced it would be a flop. No.
Star Wars.
Star Wars is correct, yeah. He was wrong. What does NASA stand for? No.
National Aeronautics and Space Association.
No. You can confirm?
National Aeronautics and Space Agency.
National Aeronautics and Space Agency.
No. National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Everybody danced around it, but not right there. How many chambers does a human heart have? Joel.
4.
4, yes. Left and right ventricle and left and right atria. From what launch site in Florida did America send its manned spacecraft into space? Jack.
Kennedy.
Yes, the Kennedy Space Center, Cape Canaveral. Which state purchased from Russia in Jack?
Alaska.
Alaska. It was known as Seward's Icebox. Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix, and Kurt Cobain all died at what age?
60.
27. What's most likely to occur when your diaphragm goes into spasms? Joe.
Hiccups.
Hiccups. That's great. The American Girl was a magazine published from 1917 until 1979 for what kids organization? Paige.
Girl Scouts.
Girl Scouts, yes. What are the 2 largest sects of Islam? Joel.
Sunni and Shia.
Yes, correct. Good job. In what city was the Wright brothers' first flight? Jack.
Kitty Hawk.
Kitty Hawk is correct, yes. Who crossed the Alps on elephants in 2018? Jack.
Hannibal.
Hannibal is correct. What political office did Ulysses S. Grant hold before becoming President of the United States? Joe.
Secretary of War.
No. Vert?
General of the U.S. Army.
No, he just had no political office. What was the name? By what name is Barbara Millicent Roberts better known as? Paige.
Barbie.
Barbie is correct. What are the first names of Harry Potter's parents? No.
Lily and James.
Yes, Lily and James. The CBS show Survivor is still going strong after 30 seasons. Can you name the first person ever to win this reality show? His name was Richard Hatch. What Big Ten university was sanctioned in 2012 by the NCAA for a child abuse scandal? No.
Michigan.
Not Michigan. You prefer?
Rutgers.
No, it's Penn State. Penn State. What does the club name Gross, Gross, stand for in the comic strip? Joel.
Get rid of slimy girls.
Yes, Calvin and Hobbes. Yes. What is Hogwarts motto translated in English? Joel.
Never tickle a sleeping dragon.
That's correct. Who do G-men work for? Those are people who work for the FBI. Okay, well, we tallied up our scores, and it's tied, so how we decided is a 2-minute lightning round. Let's get started. Poutine is a French-Canadian dish consisting of gravy and cheese curds on Paige.
French fries.
Yes, on top of French fries. This C word is a secret or disguised way of writing a code. Paige.
Cipher.
Cipher is correct, yes. Which U.S. city is known as the City of Roses? That is Portland, Oregon. Who was Barack Obama's first chief of staff? It was Rahm Emanuel. What species of bird did Charles Darwin collect on the Galapagos Paige?
Finches.
Finches, yes, on the Galapagos Islands. The movie Coal Miner's Daughter had Sissy Spacek playing what country music queen? Joel.
Loretta Lynn.
Loretta Lynn is correct. Good job. What boxer changed his name from Cassius?
Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali. Yes, from Cassius Clay. In 1966, Daniel Keyes' novel is about a mentally challenged man who underwent experimental treatment in which he is temporarily transformed into a genius. Joel.
Flowers for Algernon.
Yes, Flowers for Algernon. Way to hang with that. What famous gunfighter supposedly died while holding a poker hand of aces and eights? It was Wild Bill Hickok. What sensory organ do starfish have at the end of each arm, Joe?
Eyes.
Eye is correct, yes. What Midwest National Monument was dedicated to Thomas Jefferson? Joel.
The Gateway Arch.
Gateway Arch is correct. What cooking term means to cut into thin matchsticks? Paige.
Julianne.
Julianne is correct. What is the only U.S. state that shares its name with an independent country? Joel.
New Mexico.
Not New Mexico, it's Georgia. Okay, well, that was a great game, an overtime game. St. Joe edged out Cissna Park 460 to 440. So we'll be back with our final game, Oakwood versus St. Joe, after this. Welcome to Parkland Challenge 2023. It's our round 1 championship game between St. Joe and Oakwood. Let's meet the teams.
Jaron Fleming, senior.
Ashton Morris, senior.
Brody Blue, junior.
BR Ziri, junior.
Ramona Leggett, junior.
Noah Carpenter, sophomore.
Jack Sutterdahl, senior.
Joe Schmitz, senior. Paige Sigmund, senior.
Brady Hausman, junior.
Daniel Santiago, Jr.
Okay, here's the first question. Who wrote Tropic of Capricorn and Tropic of Cancer? Joe. Yes, Henry Miller is correct. According to the Professional Bowlers Association, what does the term bedpost describe? Ashton.
On the very far side.
No. Can you confirm?
A split.
Be more specific.
10-7 split.
Yes, the German 10-7 split. What tiny state was the last colony to ratify the United States page?
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island is correct. The U.S. Constitution. To what plant family does asparagus belong? It's part of the lily family. In 1915, President Wilson designated what holiday as the second Sunday in May?
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day is correct. Yep, good job. A fortnight is a unit of time equal to how many days? Ash?
14 days.
Yes. Cinco de Mayo celebrates the Mexican Army's 1860. Oh, sorry.
France.
Not France. I'll finish for you guys. Cinco de Mayo celebrates the Mexican Army's 1862 victory over France in what battle?
What is it? Battle of Guadalupe.
The Battle of Puebla. A flamboyance is a group of what animal? Paige.
Peacocks.
Not peacocks.
Flamingo.
Flamingo, yes. They're both flamboyant. So. What president on Mount Rushmore sports a mustache? Jack.
Theodore Roosevelt.
Yes, Teddy Roosevelt. What was the name of Sony's video recording media, which eventually lost out to VHS? Brody.
The Walkman.
Not the Walkman. You can confirm.
VCR.
It was a Betamax. Betamax. What was the original use of the Leaning Tower at Pisa? No.
Bell Tower.
Bell Tower is correct, yeah. What was the home of Mormon leader Joseph Smith? Brody.
Illinois.
Be more specific.
No answer.
Go.
Springfield.
No. Nauvoo, Illinois. As used in surnames, what do Mac and Mac indicate? Paige.
Son of.
Yes, son of Donald, for example. How many points are on a Maltese cross? Brody.
6.
Not 6. You prefer?
Okay, what that is.
8.
8.
8 is correct, yes. If you ride the hill climbing trolleys of Monongahela Incline and Biscayne Incline, what Pennsylvania city are you in? I said that wrong. Ashton.
Philadelphia.
Not Philadelphia. You confirm?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh's correct, yes. A camel leopard is an archaic term for Paige.
Giraffe.
Giraffe, yes. Head of a camel and the spots of a leopard. What device is used for detecting and counting individual particles of radiation? Paige.
Geiger counter.
Geiger counter is correct, yes. What is the strongest known natural fiber? Paige.
Spider silk.
Spider silk is correct. What leading lady named Catherine appeared in the following movies? On Golden Pond, The Lion in Winter, and Bringing Up Baby? Paige.
Hepburn.
Yes, Catherine Hepburn. What two well-known comic book heroes has Ryan Reynolds starred in feature films as? Brody.
Deadpool.
Yes, 2 of those. What was the other one?
Oh,
Deadpool and,
no answer.
okay, you confirm?
Deadpool and Green Lantern.
Yes, Deadpool and Green Lantern. What is the informal term for the saline fluid secreted by the lacrimal Paige?
Tears.
Tears, yes. D-Day happened on June 6, 1944. In what country was Omaha, Brody?
France.
France. What country was Omaha Beach? When Disney's Goofy grins his goofy grin. How many teeth can you see? Paige.
2.
2 is correct. Okay, it's time for this round's video questions, which is for St. Joe.
What DMC sports car model is fitted with a flux capacitor to turn it into a time-traveling machine in the Back to the Future films?
DeLorean.
The car was a DeLorean, and in the film, once it hit 88 miles per hour, it would travel back in time.
Okay, good job on the video question. Back to our regular game. Who is the nation's #1 maker of elevators? Otis. What was the name of the Viking who discovered Greenland? Brody.
Leif Erikson.
No, I'm not sure. Go ahead.
Wasn't it Eric? Like the Eric?
Be more specific.
The guy that Leif Erikson was the son of.
Yes.
Red. Eric the Red?
Yes, there you go. Got a lot of questions with red. What type of pills are known in the pharmacy biz as pillows? Paige.
Dissolvable tablets?
No. You confirm?
Sleeping pills.
Sleeping pills is correct. Okay.
Sign on.
Which Southern California city is the farthest north? Santa Monica, San Clemente, or Santa Barbara? No.
Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara's correct. Good job. What football team was revered by Bill Swirsky's superfans on the Saturday Night Live?
Chicago Bears.
The Chicago Bears. Yes.
The Bears.
The president of what country married former supermodel Carla Bruni in 2008?
Russia.
Not Russia. You can confirm?
Belarus?
No, France. How many lines comprise an English Shakespearean sonnet? Buddha.
14.
14 is correct, yeah. Whom did John McCain select as his running mate in the presidential jack?
Sarah Palin.
Sarah Palin, yes, in 2008. What is an instrument or device for measuring the magnitude, amount, or Brody?
Seismograph.
No, I'll finish with them. The magnitude, amount, or contents of something, typically with a visual display of such information.
Scale?
No, gauge is what we're gauge. So. Who is the host of the American travel and food show called No Reservations?
Anthony Bourdain.
Yes, Anthony Bourdain is correct. Good job. What do you call two straight lines that never cross?
Parallel.
Parallels, yes. What famous pioneer trail took its name from the southwestern...
The Oregon Trail.
Not the Oregon Trail. I'll finish. We got you. What famous pioneer trail took its name from the southwestern state capital?
Santa Fe?
Santa Fe Trail, yes. What avant-garde rock band and Andy Warhol favorites formed in 1964 and had members including John Cale, Maureen Tucker, Sterling Morrison, and Lou Reed? Ashley.
Nah, I got nothing.
No, it's not. I got nothing.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Oh my god. See that?
The animals?
No, it was the Velvet Underground. Which British author wrote the popular children's novel James and the Giant Peach? Paige.
Roald Dahl.
Yes. What is the name of the crab who looks after Ariel's... Ashley?
Sebastian.
Sebastian, yes, in The Little Mermaid. In which part of the body does the stirrup bone? Paige.
Ear.
Ear is correct. Where was JFK when he said, Brody?
Dallas.
Not Dallas, I'll finish with you. Where was JFK when he said the U.S. never had to put a wall up to keep our people in?
Berlin.
Be more specific.
West Berlin.
West Berlin is correct, yes. How many eyes does a bee have? Paige.
6.
Not 6. You can divert.
4.
5. We have a surround. Okay, that's the end of our first round. We'll be back with our lightning round when we come back.
Express yourself. Work with your hands. Care for others. At Parkland College, you'll be amazed at the new skills you'll learn, the goals you'll reach, and the difference you'll make in the world. Discover your very best self at Parkland College. Enroll now for classes at parkland.edu.
Okay, after one round, St. Joe 220, Oakwood 120. Let's get to our lightning round. The Black Hills are in what western states? Jack.
South Dakota. And North Dakota.
No, it's South Dakota and Wyoming. And since it's the lightning round, you can't steal. Jack just figured it out. Which state flag features a profile of a bison? No.
Wyoming.
Wyoming is correct. The Indy 500 is obviously 500 miles. Within 5 kilometers, how many kilometers is that? 804. 804. Which of these is not a variety of Girl Scout cookies? Do-si-do, Spreckle, Tagalong, or Samoa? Paige.
Spreckle.
Spreckle is correct. What character asked the question, to be or not to be? Ashton.
Hamlet.
Hamlet is correct, yes. Which Pulitzer Prize winning novel by Harper Lee, Brody?
To Kill a Mockingbird.
To Kill a Mockingbird is correct. Within 5 years, what year was the Chicago fire? Ashton.
1910.
No, it was 1871. What Western U.S. city opened the first revolving restaurant in 1961? Jack.
Seattle.
Seattle, yes, the Space Needle. Who was the commanding Union general at the Battle of Gettysburg? That was George Meade. George Meade. More commonly known as CPI, what index is prepared by the Bureau of Labor Statistics? Paige.
Consumer Price Index.
Yes, Consumer Price Index. What is added to white sugar to make brown sugar? Paige.
Molasses.
Molasses is correct. Which American is honored with a national holiday on the third Monday of January each year? Ashton.
Martin Luther King.
Yes. What is the number of pints of blood in the human body? Twelve pints. 12 pints. What N-word describes a cloud of dust and gas in space? Brody.
Nebula.
Nebula is correct, yes. Where does SpongeBob SquarePants work? Brody.
The Krusty Krab.
The Krusty Krab is correct. A Stranger Things question. What song was Will listening to, Ashton?
Should I say or should I go?
Yes, by The Clash. Good job. What type of aircraft was used to drop the bombs in the first German air raids in London in 1950? It was a Zeppelin. Okay, that's the end of our lightning round. So tally up our scores and be back with our final round right after this.
Express yourself. Work with your hands. Care for others. At Parkland College, you'll be amazed at the new skills you'll learn, the goals you'll reach, and the difference you'll make in the world. Discover your very best self at Parkland College. Enroll now for classes at parkland.edu.
Okay, and in our final round, St. Joe 250, Oakwood 180. Let's get started. A salinograph is a scientific map of what? Paige.
How much salt there is in water?
No. Confirm?
Acidity?
No, the moon. Scientific map of the moon. What is the only breed of dog that doesn't have a pink tongue? It's a chow. During what war were helicopters first used to bring troops, Jack?
The Vietnam War.
Not the Vietnam War. Can you refer?
Korean War?
Korean War, yes. To bring troops into battle. This unit of time is 1/100th of a second.
Millisecond?
Not a millisecond. No.
Nanosecond?
No, it's actually a jiffy. You can look at that.
Come.
What year did Twitter debut?
2004.
Not 2000.
2008? 2008?
2006. 2006. What do you call the process that turns two atomic nuclei into one?
Nuclear fusion.
Fusion, yes. How many inches are there in 8 feet?
96.
96, yeah. In The Simpsons, what are the names of Ned Flanders' 2 children?
Joe.
No. Confirm?
Billy and Bob.
No, Rod and Todd. Rod and Todd.
It's about Rod.
An NBA question. Who is the often outspoken owner of the Dallas Mavericks? Jack.
Mark Cuban.
Mark Cuban is correct. This 2019 Star Wars movie came out in December. In what month were the all original 6 Star Wars films released? Brody.
May.
May, yes. It was George Lucas's birth month. What Broadway musical broke the record for Tony nominations in 2016?
Hamilton?
Hamilton is correct, yeah. What was Buzz Aldrin's mother's maiden name? Buzz Aldrin's mother's maiden name. Paige.
Aldrin.
Not Aldrin, no.
Smith. Armstrong.
Now, it makes sense when you hear the answer. Moon.
Come on. Wow.
Yeah. What famous scientist co-authored the 1966 book Intelligent Life in the Universe? And, Brody.
Charles Darwin.
Not Charles Darwin, I'll finish for you. And the 1985 science fiction novel, Contact.
Asimov.
No, Carl Sagan. What is the sum of degrees of the internal angles in a triangle? Ashley.
180.
180 is correct. What French landmark was originally meant to be destroyed? Paige.
Eiffel Tower.
Eiffel Tower, yes, destroyed after 20 years. If you have caries, what kind of doctor do you need to consult? Paige.
Dermatologist.
Not dermatologist, no.
Neurologist.
No, a dentist. It's cavities. How were the height and width of modern American battleships originally determined?
The length of a strait.
No.
Measured in American flags long.
No, they had to be able to go under the Brooklyn Bridge and through the Panama Canal. Who won the Academy Award for his portrayal of Ray Charles in the movie Ray?
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx is correct. What does the chemical symbol U represent? Remote.
Uranium.
Uranium is correct. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's it. The Blues and Beale Street are associated with what major Tennessee city? Jack.
Nashville.
Not Nashville.
Memphis.
Memphis is correct, yes. What scientist discovered penicillin by studying mold? Paige.
Salk.
Not salt, no. By studying mold on bread.
Fleming.
Alexander Fleming is correct, yeah. What alcoholic drink, also referred to as Japanese rice wine? Ashton.
Saiku.
Not Saiku.
Sake.
Sake, yes. Considered to be a mecca for jazz fans, Preservation Hall is located in what U.S. city? Ashton.
New Orleans?
New Orleans is correct, too. Who's credited with saying there's a sucker born every minute? Paige.
P.T. Barnum.
P.T. Barnum is correct. Which two letters have the highest point of value in a game of Scrabble? Booyah.
Z and Q.
Z and Q, yeah, they're both 10 points. Okay, it's time for this round's video question, which goes to Oakwood.
In 1983, Francis Ford Coppola directed what movie that was adapted from a book by S.E. Hinton and featured stars such as Patrick Swayze, Matt Dillon, and Tom Cruise?
Matt Dillon and Tom Cruise. So you. The Outsiders?
The film was The Outsiders, and it was mostly noted for its cast of up-and-coming stars. It received mostly positive reviews from the critics and performed well at the box office, grossing $33.7 million on a $10 million budget.
Stay gold, pony boy. Did you remember that? Yeah.
That's what they used to call me in Little League Baseball.
Who did Russia wage war against in 1904? Booyah.
Japan.
Japan is correct, yes. Michael Keaton played which Spider-Man villain? Ashton.
The Green Goblin?
Not Green Goblin. I'll rephrase the question for you. Michael Keaton played which Spider-Man villain in the 2017 superhero movie Spider-Man Homecoming?
Vulture. Vulture.
Vulture is correct. Yes. What nationality was explorer Marco Polo? Joe.
Vietnamese.
No.
Spanish?
Italian.
Vietnamese.
Which is the most potent of the naturally occurring male sex hormones?
Testosterone.
Testosterone is correct. What was the name of the coffee shop in the hit sitcom Friends?
Central Perk.
Central Perk is correct. In what year did the U.S. adopt the Star-Spangled Banner as its national anthem?
1806?
Not 1806.
1814.
No, 1931. It was kind of late. Counting the current Pope, Pope Francis, how many popes have there been? Brody.
63.
No. You can confirm?
61.
261.
Nope, 266. 266. In which sport do competitors combine jumps called the axel, the Rittenberger, and the Salchow? Paige.
Ice skating.
Yes. Which planet weighs over twice as much as all the other planets combined?
Jupiter.
Jupiter is correct. What Truman Capote book is based on the murders?
In Cold Blood?
In Cold Blood, yes, the murders of the Cutter family. What two countries are alluded to in the first line of the Marine hymn? We are.
Libya.
Yes, two countries.
And Egypt.
No.
Where's Montezuma? This country.
An answer?
Libya and Pakistan.
No, Libya, short Tripoli, and Mexico, also Montezuma. What group consisted of Chris, JC, Joey, Lance, and Justin? Ashton.
NSYNC?
NSYNC is correct. The U.S. Olympic Training Center is located in what Colorado town? Ashton.
Boulder?
Not Boulder. You can confirm?
Denver.
Colorado Springs. Colorado Springs. In what year was the summit of Mount Everest first reached?
1956.
No.
Did you say 1936? 1936.
No, 1953. No. What character from Alice's Adventures in Wonderland is forever seeking the white? Joe.
The White Rabbit.
Yes, the white rabbit. The white kid gloves and a fan. What is the name of the vehicle used in harness racing? Paige.
Sled.
Not a sled.
Go-kart. Go-kart.
It's called a sulky. A sulky. What famous circus ran a clown college in Florida that boasted over 1,400 graduates from 1968 to 1997? Paige.
Piccadilly.
No.
Cirque du well, Cirque du, I can't even say it.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I could just like Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey. The fruit of the rose plant shares its name with what part of the body? Ashton.
Eye.
Not eye. You can confirm?
Head.
No, hips. Rose hips. Okay, that's the end of our game. We'll tell you, we'll tally up the score and tell you who's moving on after this. That was a good first round of games for Parkland Challenge 2023. St. Joe 320, Oakwood 380, which means Oakwood is advancing to our Final Four. Thanks for joining us.